Okay, so just a quick disclaimer before we get started. I am not a CTA, which stands for Commodities Trading Advisor, meaning I can teach you the strategies, I can help you learn to analyze the charts, I can point out setups that I personally want to buy and sell, but the actual trading decision is going to be 100% up to you. Hey everybody, Benny Allen here, top trader with IM Mastery Academy. Just checking in, taking a look at the pound dollar 1 hour time frame. Deep crab pattern for the buy that the IM Mastery Academy Harmonic Scanner called actually last Friday. We marked up our charts last Friday and we have been waiting on this trade to make the move, and it is doing that right now. So we had a entry point at 121.41. First TP was at 122.13 and our stop loss was at 120.58. So you can see here that we've broken the inner trend line, and now we're right at that outer trend line, just beyond the entry point at 121.41. So let's switch over to our smart trader chart. Take a look at this on the 4 hour and look at how this has exactly played out. So you can see here that we've made our ABCD waves. On the 1 hour, we are actually on our third fib to the downside. You can see here that you have your prior A, B, C, D wave. Here's our 1.618D extension based off of that 61.8 pullback. And you can see once it's finished out and formed a low, you've got your new AB boundary there formed. Our C becomes our new A, our D becomes our new B. And one of the things that put us on high alert for this trade is that, hey, we had, once our B boundary formed, we had a very shallow pullback, which tells us that the momentum was strong to the downside. And we know anytime that we get a shallow pullback, meaning that it is less than a 382, here's your 382 right here, we can see that it stalled out around the 23.6 and it broke our B boundary to the downside. Now, we know anytime that happens, there's a high probability chance that price is going to stall out around this 118, 127 area, and definitely make that U-turn. At least I would say 75, 80% of the time, it's going to make a U-turn prior to heading to this 1.618D extension. So, meaning that sometimes the momentum is so strong that after a shallow retracement, less than a 382, the momentum can push all the way to this 1.618. But it is most likely to stall out 118, 127 area and then make a U-turn for a deeper retracement to the upside. And you can see that this is what it's doing right now. So it did push past the 118, 127 zone, but it did make the U-turn and break our inner trend line just before it hit this D extension, 1.618D extension. And you can see how brilliant the IM Mastery Academy Harmonic Scanner is, because it placed our entry at 121.41 because it also knows that there's a high probability chance that this price would U-turn around this 118, 127 area. And then it placed our stop right around the 1.618D extension, because we know if we hit that D extension, then you're looking at a new AB boundary forming eventually anyway. So here we have it where you had the swing low to form, which is so important that we look for that swing low once price hits the entry point, and then we look for that trend line break. And you can see here, this is exactly what price did. It pushed down beyond the B boundary, which is a strong level of support. It pushed past our 120, 118, 127, but we did not enter this trade at entry because we did not have that swing low, that five candle combination that formed yet. Right? So we would have actually, even though it had made the U-turn, if you would have taken this trade right at entry before that swing low formed and you had a trend line break, then you would have been in drawdown. Then now you would actually be in profit. You can see here that we got a really good entry on this trade, okay? And we base it off the 15-minute time frame entry, which we'll show you here in a minute. But you can see here that once price formed a swing low and broke our trend line, we got a nice swing high that formed. We drew our fibs, and you see a pullback here on a 1 hour to the 1.618. Now our entry was actually below that, and we'll show you why when we go to the 15-minute. But you can see here that this has now pushed strong past our outer trend line after breaking our inner trend line. Now we're looking at this long-term trend line, which is forming somewhat of a confluence with our 122.15 take profit level that the IM Mastery Academy Harmonic Scanner gave us. So this trade is rocking and rolling. So let's go down to the 15 and see exactly how we entered this trade off the 15-minute time frame. So here we can see on the 15, we got the same inner trend line break, the low formed, and we got our entry because we got our entry off of this first fib. See, we know that the way the market moves is that anytime you have a wave occurring on a higher time frame, there's a smaller wave on the lower time frame. You can see here that we are now in our third fib. We actually just hit our third fib completion here, okay, on the 15 minute. So what we did was is we will come down. Once we get that swing low and a trend line break on the 1 hour, we know that that combination is also telling us that there's a high probability chance that there's a smaller wave occurring on the lower time frame. So you can see here, look, here was a swing low. Here's our trend line break. Once we got a swing high, we drew our fib, our first fib, and we played the pullback. So we got really, really good entries here. We left our stop at the 120.58, which we're going to now move this stop up into profit, okay, lock profit in. But you can see here now, look, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D here, A, B, C, okay, we got a retracement to almost a 50%, right? And now we've hit that D extension. So we can see this momentum is strong on this pound dollar. And this correction is really working out for us. We've got a new D extension that just got hit. So once a swing high forms, right, we know that now our C is going to become our new A. Our D is going to become our new B once that swing high forms. And then we're going to expect a pullback at some point. But this is how we just ride the ABCD waves all the way up to our first target at 122.13. Our second target is 122.75. And our third target is 123.77. And so far on a Monday morning, we are up 287 pips. So we are off to a good start on this Monday morning, all thanks to the IM Mastery Harmonic Scanner, which, hey, when a forex market is open, the scanner is open, scanning for those high probability reversal setups for us. And then we apply our knowledge of the Fibonacci sequence to get in the trade. So with that being said, that is all. And always remember, our mission is simple. We educate, we empower, and we enrich the lives of other people. If you feel like you are getting something from these videos, definitely make sure that you comment, like, and share. I really appreciate the feedback, whether it is good or bad, right? We learn from everything. So let me know what you think. And until the next video, guys, God bless. Have a great day and happy trading this week.